Are you struggling to find the best raid farm? Don't worry, I have tested all the working raid farms in Minecraft 1.21.5 and found out all the good and bad things about each one, so you don't have to waste your time. Let's kick things off with the easiest raid farm I managed to find, working in Minecraft 1.21.2 and above. This raid farm is designed by Basic Redstone, and just by looking at it, you can tell it's fairly simple to build. The entire farm is built on a deep ocean, so you don't need to worry about spawn-proofing the area around it. On top of the farm, you have a spawning platform where the raiders spawn. Then they will drop down and you can kill them. Easy as that. No redstone required for this build, and there is only one villager trapped next to the killing chamber. To activate the farm, just drink any level ominous bottle. Once the raid omen effect reaches 0, the raid waves will start. Now you can start killing the raiders, but don't spam with your swords. Hit the raiders with a little interval to prevent vexes from spawning. I'm sure you don't want them to spawn and ruin your day, especially if you're using this early in the game, where you probably don't have a good armor to protect you. The raid waves will last about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Once it ends, you will need to drink another ominous bottle to continue using the farm. So yes, if you're planning to use this farm for a long time, you probably need an ominous bottle farm as well. We have made a tutorial on a pretty efficient ominous bottle farm, so I will link it down in the description. When speaking about production rates, you can get 957 items per hour. This includes 160 emeralds, 332 redstone dust, 53 totem of undying, 53 gunpowder and 358 other random drops. This isn't much, but you can improve that with a sword that has a looting tree enchantment on it. Then we can get 1715 items per hour, including 811 emeralds, 345 redstone dust, 66 totem of undying, 93 gunpowder and 400 other items. You get 5 times more emeralds with a looting tree sword. As a bonus, you also get XP, and this easy raid farm can get you from level 0 to 54 in an hour. Let's add it to our comparison table where we will add all the raid farms. Production rate. With a looting tree sword, I got 1700 items an hour. Build time. 15 minutes. It's very simple and beginner-friendly build. Single dimensional. Yes, it doesn't require any portals. Ominous bottle farm required. Yes. Ominous bottles used in an hour. 13. Not too much, but the farm doesn't produce a lot of items as well. AFKable. No, because you need to drink the ominous bottle every 4.5 minutes. If you want to build this farm yourself, the designer Basic Redstone has made a tutorial of it, which I will leave linked below. Next up is another simple but efficient raid farm, designed by Plum. He has actually created 3 different versions of raid farms, but in this video I will be reviewing the one that produces the most amount of items. I have built this farm over the deep ocean, but the great thing is that you can actually build it anywhere in the world. If you are building it on the land, you will just need to raise it high up into the air to prevent raids spawning anywhere else. This raid farm consists of 2 different towers. The shorter tower is the spawning platform for the raiders. Once they spawn, they are pushed down into the killing chamber. The pushing system uses a calibrated gulk sensor, which might sound complicated, but don't worry. Plum has also designed different methods for pushing mobs down. At the center of the spawning platform there is a nether portal that transports scavengers into the nether, where they will die in a lava pool. So sad. Then the taller tower is just a bubble elevator. This is needed when you are using this raid farm. And just like the previous design, it uses only one villager, which keeps things simple. This farm is definitely easy to build and has only a tiny bit of redstone at the spawning platform. But now, let's have a look at how to use it. You need level 2 to level 4 ominous bottles, and then a diamond sword with at least sharpness 5, looting 3 and sweeping edge 3. All the other enchantments are bonus, but not required. Now drink the ominous bottle and go up from the bubble elevator. Once you have reached the top, you can jump down into the water. Wait until the omen effect reaches 0 and you should shortly see raiders start spawning. As the raiders drop down, start hitting the armor stand. Once you see all the raiders are dead, drink another ominous bottle and keep doing this same cycle to continue. One full cycle takes only 1 minute and 8 seconds with this farm, so it's a lot faster than the previous farm I showed. That makes this farm produce 8,400 items an hour, which includes 4,200 emeralds, 2,700 redstone, 310 totem of undying, 319 gunpowder, 36 ominous bottles, and 1,850 other random items. And as you can see, this farm brings back some of the ominous bottles, which is very good. However, to run this farm for an hour, you need around 52 ominous bottles. So that means you still need an ominous bottle farm. The designer recommends building this farm on top of the ominous bottle farm. So when you're using the raid farm, the ominous bottle farm works at the same time. It is a very clever move. As with the previous farm, then this one also makes XP. And within 1 hour I got from level 0 to 86 levels. So that's pretty good. But how does it compare with the previous raid farm? Production rate 8400 an hour, so a lot more than the previous farm. Build time 35 minutes. It's another very easy build, but just has some more things to build. Single dimensional? No, this one has a portal that takes away the Ravengers. Ominous bottle farm required? Yes, to keep running it infinitely. Ominous bottles used in an hour, 52, quite a lot, but the farm also makes about 30 bottles back. But it's not enough to infinitely run this farm. AFKable? No, you need to go up and down on the elevator to make this farm work. Before I continue, I want to share a simple trick on how you can double the output of any raid farm. It's simple. Get a friend, host a Minecraft server, build 2 raid farms and you're done. And the best place to host the server is on Wise Hosting, a hosting platform we built. We are hardcore gamers after all, so we know what you need and you will find all of that from our game panel. Check us out at wisehosting.com and use the code Shulker to get 25% off your first month. That's Wise Hosting. But now back to the video. Let's move on to a much faster and more advanced raid farm, designed by NTMT. This one is more complex to build as it has a lot of redstone components, but it also produces a lot more items. This raid farm has 2 towers and one of them is for the villagers. In fact, this raid farm has 4 villagers, so a lot more than the previous farms. The water in the tower is to send a signal and move workstations, causing the villagers to get fired and then hired back to their jobs. The second smaller tower is the raid spawn platform. It is one-dimensional, so the Ravengers are also killed here in the overworld. When we go down to the killing area, the farm still looks super complicated. And that is because the design is very unique. Once you understand it, it makes perfect sense. To use the farm, you need to have a diamond sword with just looting tree. No other enchantments are necessary. Then your entire inventory needs to be filled with random items. Now when looking at the left chest, we can see that it's filled with firework rockets. These are crafted with firework stars, so that they can do damage. On the other side, there are ominous bottle level 3s. Now take your sword and aim at the decorated pot, and simply hold down the right mouse click. The redstone system around you will automate everything, firing the rocket and drinking the ominous bottles at the perfect time. All the redstone you see is here to automate the process, making it super easy to use. This unique raid farm produces a whopping 20,400 items per hour, which includes 7,400 emeralds, 5,800 redstone dust, 780 totem of undying, 640 gunpowder and 5,800 other items. In an hour, this farm uses 120 ominous bottles and 120 firework rockets. And as you might have noticed, this farm doesn't produce any ominous bottles. So there are 2 big downsides. You need a lot of ominous bottles, which means you probably need an ominous bottle farm. And you need to craft firework rockets, which are crafted with gunpowder, any color dye and with paper. Speaking about XP, this farm gets you from level 0 to 89 in an hour. But let's add this raid farm into our comparison table. Production rate 20,400 items an hour is a lot in today's standards of raid farms. Build time 2.5 hours. Definitely take your time while building it. Single dimensional. Yes, there are no portals in this build. Ominous bottle farm required. Unfortunately, yes. You need an ominous bottle farm and you need to craft the rockets. Ominous bottles used in an hour, 120. This is quite a lot, but in return you get a lot of drops. AFKable, yes, and it is especially easy. When you consider building this raid farm, then we have made a pretty good tutorial about this one, linked below. For the last raid farm, I have found the most complete raid farm. This one not only produces a ton of loot, but also generates a lot of ominous bottles. And it is designed by TankCat. The farm is built above an ocean, but you can build it anywhere in the world, as long as it's not close to the ground. At first, this farm might look a bit overwhelming. There is a lot going on. But let's go over how this thing works. In the middle, there is a raid spawning area, featuring 3 nether portals. When the raiders spawn, they all get teleported to the nether. In the nether, Ravengers and other raiders split. So Ravengers die in a lava and all the other raiders fall into the lower portal, which sends them back to the overworld. When they arrive, they will fall down to the killing area. Next to the raid spawning area is one of the most unique features I have seen in a raid farm. After each raid, the system collects and drops the banners, lifts them up and drops them near the incoming raiders. This causes the new raider to pick up the banner and become a captain, guaranteeing that they drop an ominous bottle when killed. This system makes this farm stand out from the rest of the raid farms. But we have another tower which is for the villagers. This raid farm has 5 villagers in total. In the very bottom of the farm we have a killing area and the storage system. That's the entire farm. To use it, place a level 4 ominous bottle in your offhand. And on the main hand take a diamond sword with looting 3, sweeping edge 3 and sharpness 5 enchantment. Aim at the armor stand and hold the right mouse button. Then start hitting the armor stand with your sword every 1 second. This can be done using an auto clicker. As you use the farm, all the extra ominous bottle level 5s are automatically sorted and dropped back to you, making sure you never run out of them. That is how you use this farm. But how much does it produce? It makes 22,000 items an hour, which includes 7,900 emeralds, 6,700 redstone dust, 870 totem of undying, 700 gunpowder, 1,500 ominous bottles, and 4,500 other drops. The number of ominous bottles alone makes this farm incredibly valuable. It's fully self-sustaining, so no need for additional farms. Oh, and also, it gets you from level 0 to 92 in an hour. Let's add it to the table. Production rate 22,000 drops per hour is just amazing. Build time 3 hours. It has many complex systems, plus the nether side. Single dimensional? No. Ominous bottle farm required? No. Ominous bottles used in an hour? 109, but all of that is covered by the farm itself. AFKable? Yes, but you need to use an auto clicker. Now that's all the raid farms reviewed, and I gotta say they are all pretty good, but some of them stand out a bit. If you are in the early game, I would highly recommend building the Magplum raid farm. It is simple, reliable, and delivers a surprisingly high amount of loot for such an easy build. But if you're looking for the best of the best, then the clear winner is the final farm by TankCat. It is by far the most complete and self-sustaining raid farm out there right now. Definitely check out wisehosting.com to host a server with your friends, and I will see you next time. Bye!